Welcome to Warriors Postgame Live, presented by Toyota, and a disappointing end to a 7-game homestand. Warriors lose to the shorthanded Indiana Pacers by 9 in the second half. It was just ugly. 38 points scored, 12 turnovers, only 10 assists. Curry was shackled by that Pacers defense, and you got to give that Indiana team from the Eastern Conference a lot of credit for stealing that basketball game. A late 11-0 run gave the Pacers a victory. Chris Mullin, the Hall of Famer, NBA champ Dorell Wright, and Bonte Hill. And fellas, although they went 4-3 on that 7-game homestand, which is over 500, it's still a disappointing end to lose that game when you could have got greedy and gone 5-2.
Successful homestand, but tonight was disappointing. Second half, very similar to the Toronto game. And Coach Nate Bjorken,
there we go.
Worked for Nick Nurse. A very similar defensive strategy on guarding Steph Curry. But Pacers offense came through in the fourth quarter big time.
Yeah, Warriors definitely let that one get away. They did a great job with boxing in Curry. But, you know, just like you said, it was similar to the Raptors game. I think those guys on the bench did a good job of keeping the guys in the game. So they did a great job of keeping it close, and then, you know, they made their run when it was tied 90-90.
Both teams shorthanded.
Yep.
The Pacers missing Victor Oladipo, and it showed up Eric Paschall not being available for the Warriors. Yep. And then Aaron Holiday had a big game off the bench, 16 points, 12 assists. Pacers had five guys in double figures.
No doubt. Pacers bench outscored the Warriors bench 31-21. That's been an advantage for the Warriors, especially over the last 3 games. And as we look at the crunch time numbers here and the crunch time plays, as you mentioned, Dorell, tied at 90 with 3:29 left in the Pacers. Just iced the game with some nice offense, and Miles Turner was huge.
Yeah, that was a big-time shot. And then right here, you got Aaron Holiday coming downhill, one of the best defenders in the league, and finishing a tough left-hand layup.
16 points, 12 assists. Here he hits his brother in the corner for a deep 3, and he was relentless. He had a few tough stretches during the game, kept attacking the paint, had some nice finishes. And I'll tell you what, 16 points, 12 assists off the bench. That's a big-time performance for Aaron Holiday.
No doubt. Miles Turner was rumored, you know, a lot of rumors in the offseason about maybe the Warriors trading for Miles Turner. He played big. He's only 24 years old. Feels like he's been in the league forever, 22-11. And as you mentioned, Sabonis, he is a dog down low. He came on in that second half.
Miles Turner, very unique player. As you saw, he can knock down a 3-point shot, but he's a big-time shot blocker.
Yes, he is.
So he plays inside on defense, outside on offense.
Yeah, you just seen how every time guys went in there, he was changing the shots. And the thing that I like about him the most is that he really stepped his range out to the 3-point line. He's doing a great job with knocking down open shots.
Coming off 2 disappointing losses, the Pacers played with a sense of urgency. At halftime, Sabonis only had 6 points. Again, he played through that second half.
Right.
I just felt like their defense was solid all night. The offense came alive at the end, which, you know, like I said, very similar to the Toronto game, but the Warriors pulled it out. Tonight, the Pacers got hot in the fourth quarter.
All right, let's take a look at it. Kelly Oubre Jr. and Andrew Wiggins. Kelly Oubre Jr. got out to the hot start, 15 first-half points. Only scored 2 in that second half, was pretty quiet offensively. And Andrew Wiggins, another solid night. The efficiency there from the field. Okay, he missed 10 shots, but he was active. Defensively, offensively, Andrew Wiggins is really coming on here as a strong 2-way player.
He's definitely playing some great basketball right now. He had a career-high 5 blocks tonight, and then you see him getting another 20 points and just playing a great game, man. He has a great feel for the game. He gets to his spots well. You know, leaving him open in the corner, and he's knocking him down with confidence.
He looks really comfortable on the offensive end, finding his 3-point shot. He understands when he's going to get the ball. He attacks the rim, and just really impressed with his defense. He had tremendous recovery blocks tonight, and just playing really great basketball for the Warriors.
Yeah, playing pretty comfortable here in this system. Confident, as you guys said here. Let's move on to Kelly Oubre Jr., though, because he's been the man that a lot of Warrior fans have been talking about, struggling. We know he came into the game 7 for 51 from the 3-point line. Got off to a hot start tonight. 15 first-half points. It was like, hey, this is the night for Kelly Oubre Jr. What did you guys like from him, and what did you not like from Kelly Oubre Jr. tonight?
I like the way he started the game. Being a scorer, just taking shots that he can make, attacking the paint. You know, he's really good on his floaters. His defense was again consistent and diligent. And then when the 3-ball came around, he was comfortable. You know, I didn't feel like he was out there trying to prove he's a 3-point shooter. Prove you're a basketball player and you're a scorer. And also his defense, and he's got, you know, always gives the effort on the defensive end. As we see that spectacular block, he always gets some dunks. But I just thought the way he came out and attacked was impressive.
Yeah, he did a great job of being aggressive early, and then, getting on a break. You see the dunk right there. He did a great job getting on a fast break, getting those easy layups, and that's what helps guys that, make shots around the perimeter. When you get those layups and you see that ball go in the basket, the rim just comes that much bigger. But you just got to continue to guard at a high level and be aggressive.
Steve Kerr has referenced it several times, and it's a luxury that he has. When you have Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins, you can put him on the two opposing players' best perimeter offensive players, and everyone else can match up from there. So both those guys are doing a good job on the defensive end every night. Oubre's starting to find his offense.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Another guy who's found his offense, came into the game shooting 47-48% from the three-point line is Damian Lee. And we talked about the bench without Eric Paschall. They missed Eric Paschall tonight, but Damian Lee did his best to really step up there. 12 points, 2 threes, had the floater game going in the first half. Damian Lee, man, he's playing some confident basketball right now as well.
Definitely. Confidence out the roof, and you can tell, you see him going in for his floater, looking at his hand, things like that. But I think if he continue to play like this, and whenever they get Paschall back off his bench, they could be a tough bench moving forward in the league. So you just got to, stay confident, keep taking your shots, and be aggressive.
Another good performance by Damian Lee. You saw that play by Draymond Green. That's why he's so valuable. They go double Steph at half court. Draymond makes the read, and he's spaced in the right spot. There's no hesitation. He knocks down open threes, and he's just playing really consistent, good basketball.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll hear from Steve Kerr here coming up about this loss. Look, 4-3 homestand. We looked at the schedule before the homestand and said, boy, this is going to be tough. They do finish over 500 on this homestand, but a bitter end to it, losing to a shorthanded Pacers team. We'll hear from Steve Kerr about the loss and an update on Eric Paschall as well. Coming up here on Warriors Postgame Live, presented by Toyota.
Nikola Jokic entered Tuesday averaging 20, 10, and 10. The only other player in NBA history to average those numbers through 10 games, Oscar Robertson in 1961. And check out Kevin Durant. He can move up the all-time scoring list, depending on what he did in this game. Nuggets and Nets, let's go. Durant. Bucket and the foul. He shot 12 of 18 from the floor. After making the free throw, he passed Elgin Baylor for 30th on the all-time scoring list. But he wasn't done moving. In the third, Nets down 13. Durant gets it poked away, gets it back, says, okay, take this. 4 for 7 from 3. Passes Dwayne Wade for 29th on the all-time scoring list. Part of a 29-4 run for the Nets in the third quarter. 2:45 left in the fourth, tied at 111. Jokic working on Jared Allen. 23 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 steals. He had the basketball combo plate. Bruce Brown started in place of Kyrie Irving. More on him in just a minute. Irving, that is. Brown, season high 16, Nets by 2. Durant. He's still Kevin Durant. Nets extend the lead to 4. 35 seconds left. Nets by 4. Durant with Will Barton all on him. Just doesn't matter. Durant, check it out. He said, hey, just clear it out. Let me do my thing. And then they cleared it out. And he did his thing. And he passed Adrian Dantley for 28th on the all-time scoring list. 34 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds. Nearly messed around and got a triple-double. Nets win it 122-116 over the Nuggets. Second game this season, Durant has played without Irving, and he's been great so far. He's scoring nearly 7 more points per game than in his 6 games with Kyrie Irving this season, and he's been much more efficient along the way. Durant had 13 assists Tuesday, his second most in a game in his career. Now, as for Irving, here's his coach.
Are you sure Kyrie will be back this year, or are you at least confident he will be?
Sure. Like I said, right now, I got to focus on coaching this team and getting the best out of them. So I can't make any, predictions or prognostications about things that are outside of this building this evening.
Let's welcome in Malika Andrews now. Malika, there's so little information about what's going on with Kyrie Irving. What can you tell us?
Well, we got here, Stan, because on Monday night, a video began to circulate that depicted Kyrie Irving. Apparently, it looked like he was at a birthday party. We know both his father and sister have birthdays this week. What the NBA is looking into right now is that a breach of their protocols? He was not in the building. Again, this is the 4th straight game that he has missed. He's been out for personal reasons. He's expected to be out through at least Saturday, sources told Adrian Wojnarowski and myself. And actually, Stan, tonight, just before tip-off of the Nets and the Nuggets, Kyrie Kyrie Irving, a photo surfaced of him apparently attending a virtual event for a district attorney candidate here in Manhattan. So there's a whole lot that's going on right now. And the NBA right now, what they're focused on is whether or not he was in a violation of their health and safety protocols.
Okay, so they don't expect him this week. When do they expect him?
Well, that's the question, right? And right now, that return to play timeline is actually out of Kyrie Irving's hands. It's out of the Nets' hands at this point. It lays in the hands of the league as they review that video and decide whether or not it was a breach. If it has been determined that he did, in fact, break those health and safety protocols, he could be facing a quarantine before he is able to return to play. If Kyrie Irving's quarantine causes him to miss days, he will lose about $410,000 per game that he does not play, but a specific return to the court, that is up to the league and whether or not he is to quarantine.
Meanwhile, his team right back at it on Wednesday, taking on the Knicks. Kevin Durant expected to play for the first time in the second game of back-to-backs so far this season. We'll see what happens with Irving moving forward. Malika, we appreciate it.